I think I'll probably take a step back and give you an understanding that how the landscape of MBA and business education is actually changing with new business schools coming in, and I've been very fortunate to teach some of the good new contemporary business schools in Delhi and Bangalore and somewhere and in the circuit of Delhi and Bangalore, and I'm seeing that the students are also focusing on more on contemporary practical education rather than just focusing on something which is very bookish in its own self. They're trying to get scope. They're trying to get hold of somebody who can actually teach us what is actually happening in the startups and in companies, and give us that kind of an understanding rather than giving us what has already been written in the books, which you can obviously go back and read. And a lot of times, which probably is possible, that when we were back in our MBAs, and we were when we were back in our MBAs, we were actually being taught the cases which were of 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. But it's been 20, 25 years with new, like the internet landscape changing the country, with now AI coming into the place. There is always a need to new contemporary cases to be written and obviously being taught to the students. So that really helps. And with coming on point on that, what Hive School is trying to create in terms of a dedicated focused school on sales is something very new, very fresh, very contemporary, because it's obviously demand in the market that students are looking for something which is something very new, and obviously which is something which can help us immediately land up on something which they can just go and crack it, and not something which helps them understand the frameworks which they would have to figure out how they can apply it. And with Hive School coming into the focus, they are bringing in new age faculty members who are like startup leaders, who are product leaders, who are growth leaders, and what they are doing in form of their own company, in their own companies, in their day-to-day work, that really helps students understand that how data is analyzed, how new products are actually getting built, how probably create a growth modeling plan, which is very similar to what they always wanted to do in the companies, rather than just focusing on the on the numbers based on the books.